Hello everyone! Chess.com have switched around the starting times 3 different times for the title Tuesday. And apparently in one of the switches I got knocked out from keeping up with them. So here I am a little bit late, quite a bit down on time for my first game. But I guess we're gonna make the best of it. Norwegian beast in the house, says Ibrahim. Also hi to Trickster and Kafka. Okay, I think there are 1 second increments. Or maybe there's even 2 second increments. So I'm hoping this is not going to be a complete disaster. Even if it's not the most optimal start to the game. There's actually 2 seconds increment. So I should be fine on time. You will win this no problem, says Tamura Boy. Well, I hope so. Guess we're gonna go here. Protect the bishop. And then develop the other pieces. Knight a6 was interesting. Maybe it was better. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to get the bishop. Because he really placed himself in a situation where he doesn't have a good way of protecting that guy. I think basically he has to go knight d4 and take back with the knight. Because at the moment my queen is pinning his a pawn, so he cannot take back with that guy. So yeah, he has to do this and then take back with the knight. And it's a bit of a concession for him. I'm just going to go for the queen exchange and have the bishop pair in a superior position. He needs to go d3 to stop. Ooh, he goes c3 instead, but that really weakens the light squares. And now I just have a very nice position. Okay, I'm going to go f6. This is going to be my setup with the bishop on c7 and then start marching these guys up the board. I'm going to play rook b8. I'm not sure whether d5 was a good move, but I'm going to prevent it just in case. And now we're going to go with the pawns on the king side. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play g4 and now h4 next move. Yeah, so he wants to prevent that. But I'm not really sure that's an option for him, because I'm going to go protect this guy. And then I'm going to open up on the other side. Okay, knight h4 was a really silly move because he really needed to eliminate this pawn as soon as possible. And now he's just standing on the side of the board, looking pretty silly. Okay, so let's double here. Guess we're gonna do this and then c5. It's a pretty effective plan. Let's put the king here. Guess we can go one more step. Before playing d4. Okay, I'm not sure about this move. c4 just seems like I'm taking all of his pieces. All of them. And just no stopping me taking all of the pieces. And that's checkmate. That's a pretty sweet way to end the game. c4. The pawn gives the checkmate. Look at the bishops doing their bit to trap the king. Outplaying this guy, says Stockfish. Yeah, no, that went smoother than I was expecting. And like I said at the very beginning, it was a favorable position for black because of the bishop pair. And a look at the final position really illustrates that really, really well. The bishop pair, just a menacing force. Booyah, says Nova. Yeah, that's right. Let's do some booyahs. So, actually, I thought the tournament was going to start in an hour. That was what I was told. When I was doing my scheduling, they said it would be 1.5 hours later than normal. And then they said it would be an hour later than normal. And I just barely discovered that the tournament was about to start because I was double checking. I was curious as to why Aman had already started his stream, and apparently they changed the starting time again, and this time I didn't catch it, so I was not up to speed. Talkade says play the London system today. Um, maybe. I'll consider it if I remember to. The time gambit, says Marius. Yeah, no, that went surprisingly smoothly, seeing as how I spent 2 minutes on my move 2 trying to set up the stream in time. Who is Educated Collins, asks Udai. And that is a very good question. He gave me a huge host yesterday just as I was ending the stream, and I never heard of the guy. And I have since checked him out. He seems to be playing this Hearthstone game, which I don't know how to play nor pronounce. Um, and he just slapped the biggest host just as I was ending the stream, and that's always a bit frustrating. Having my biggest host ever and then just saying, "Oh, how are you guys? I'm leaving." But I guess it happens. With the streaming schedule of late, I see your face more than my girlfriend's, says Marius. Yeah, I'm sorry. I actually, to some degree, I purposefully did later streams that I have in the past. So I'm gonna be looking at some viewership numbers to see if I should do 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. as like the normal start, knowing that 8 p.m. is gonna accommodate a lot more of the American crowd. Svidler is a huge Hearthstone player, I believe, says Marius. Well, he's a fan at the very least. I saw him fanboying at some kind of convention, and he was getting his picture taken with all the top guys. I thought that was pretty funny. Um, but yeah, I don't know much about the game myself. Flintstone with the 7-month resub. Let's go, he says. Thank you. Maybe we should see where the other games. Oh, another game. Round 2 is about to start. Josie Wales is my next opponent. We're gonna play a slow Slav system, trying once again to get the bishop pair, because we value that kind of thing here. How did you do in the Blitz yesterday? Asks Robin Pere. I finished number 4, and so I was given a choice whether I wanted to keep my ranking as number 4 in the in the Blitz or number 4 in the. Okay, how is if I take this one and then take that one, I end up with an extra pawn, no? If I take I'm confused. Am I missing something? Ah. Ooh, I am missing something. Ooh, yes, rook takes h2 followed by queen g3 check. Oh no, I blundered my queen. But I kind of gotta keep going. Yeah, he saw it. Yeah, that was bad. I saw it, but I saw it right after playing knight takes d5, and then I kind of had to just, keep going and hope for the best. Yeah. Oh, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's a queen down. So I was given a choice whether or not I wanted to keep my number 4 bullets or number 4 bullet. And I chose my number 4 bullet ranking. And so this is the brackets for tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm gonna be playing Mkhitaryan. Basically the same as the Arsenal player, I guess. Same name. And then if I win that one, I'm playing the winner of Trent against Hess. Yeah, it's kind of depressing sitting here with a queen. One queen less than my opponent. But what are you gonna do? Trent in quarterfinal, that should be interesting. Yeah, no, that was basically one of the reasons for me to pick the seeding that I did. Is that I thought, yes, Krikor is a pretty strong player, but if I make it against him, that my quarterfinal opponent is easier than it could have been. On the other hand, Trent beating Robert Hess, may also not gonna happen. So I guess I might also get Hess in the quarterfinal. But either way, it's a game where I'll have decent chances. Okay, our friend Josie is messing up a little bit. This queen move I didn't like. I think that queen move was not the greatest. And now soon I'm gonna start to have some threats. I mean, I'm a queen down. It's very, very likely I'm gonna lose this game, but I'm trying to fight. F5 probably. F5 and then bishop G2 is interesting. Yeah, okay. This is fortressy. I mean, this is close to being some kind of fortress thing. I assume his plan is to castle. And then I'm fighting. I'm fighting at the very least. Do I want to protect this guy? I think I do. I'm really confused as to what he's doing. Because I mean, this is starting to become genuinely drawish. He needs to go f6, and then I'm gonna take this one. Ooh, he's gonna take me on the light squares. Yeah, no, that's clever. Yeah, I have no defense against that. Yeah, I'm just dead. Maybe I shouldn't have made those exchanges. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm still fighting. No, let's try to make him a bit stressed. Give him something to think about. A passed pawn, that's going to be problematic for him. That's going to cause some stress. Yeah, I made a draw. But now I'm trying to figure out whether I can get a win. Yeah. Okay, I blundered my queen in the opening, so a draw is pretty good. But at the end there, with the queen being so close to making it, the pawn being close to making it to a queen, I started to get a bit optimistic. Yeah, oh, I thought if rook g2, I thought he has this check, but my bishop actually covers. But on the other hand, if I move my rook away, then maybe he can play this move and just threaten my pawn. And then I kind of have to go back in order to help it. Nice save, says Malkalix. Thank you. A draw with the queen down. Didn't queen takes d2 just win for black, asks Halvar. It was pretty close. So takes, 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 d6, e3, king up, pawn, 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 pawn. Yeah, so it didn't win because I managed to get a queen with a check. It might be better for black, but at the very least, it's not instantly winning. Couldn't you run the other way, asks Udai. No, I couldn't. I never had that opportunity. Let's revert to the game. No, what I could have done. No. Yeah. Maybe at this moment I could have. Yeah, I don't see how I'm getting out of it. D7 takes, and here's the thing, that if I go king e2, he just goes back. He always prevents me from getting to d1, and that's very important. So when he goes here, he's covering d1. So he always prevents me from getting over to the other side, to the queen side, after which I would win. So here, for instance, if he goes something like queen e3, then king d1 just wins the game. Because if queen b3, I have the counter check, and then I'm able to get the new queen. Why is the room gone? Says queen down is nothing. Remember, your every pawn can become a queen if you work hard enough. It's so true, and that comment came in the middle of the game, and at the end of the game, we saw how true that statement really, really was. I was able to come back with the help of a passed pawn, threatening to go get a queen. Wait, what happened in this game, says Algorithmic Player. It ended in a draw. It ended in a draw. He got the repetition. I couldn't escape with my king. Up to 50 teams in your FPL league, says Cernix. Yeah, I saw. Unbelievable. I was not expecting that level of interest, really. I thought maybe a couple of people would join, but it's becoming so popular that I'm not at all confident that I'm gonna finish top 10. Okay, next game against a Bulgarian international master. He's playing some sort of a London system. And I say some sort because this isn't really the normal way of doing things. Let's go here. Just keep this pawn. I mean, he's really enticing me to just keep that guy. Okay, so I decided that I like to have an extra pawn. It's a pretty good start to the game. I'm just going to develop my pieces, get my king to safety. Gonna play a6 at some moment and then try to get c5 in. Okay, so he's thinking if I go c5, he goes knight to g5. Which, honestly, I'm not sure is that good a move. So I'm gonna try it out. Maybe maybe it was premature because he can go rook b1 first. And then I have no good way of defending this pawn. Although rook b1, maybe I can just take this guy and hope for the best. Yeah, but I still don't really have a good way of guarding the pawn. Yeah, okay, so c5 was bad because rook b1, I cannot protect it. But he went for the line I was anticipating. Okay, bishop e4. I guess he's desperate to get his pawn back. But I'm gonna give it to him because I have some pawns of my own. I'm planning to do some damage with those. Still rook b1 is a good move. But now rook b8. I protect the pawn, keep threatening this guy. Now he needs to go bishop back to e4 to make sure it doesn't get trapped. And then I can push. And kind of just assumed this was good for me without calculating. Okay, so here we are. We got ourselves a situation. I guess rook b4 with the idea that if rook a7, then queen takes c4. So after rook b4, I'm planning to play g6 in order to just give my king an escape square. Yeah, I had completely missed that. Okay, that was just poor tactics. So I'm gonna have to go queen d8. I'm still threatening both of the rooks, but he has a bailout. He had a bailout. Yeah. So now I'm gonna have to try to defend a draw. And it's not gonna be that easy. Yeah, this is pretty tricky for me. Honestly, this was I thought maybe I had some tactics, but in hindsight, I'm not sure that I did. I think probably he could have just taken this one. Okay, let's go here. And then here. It's the wrong bishop's corner. So I think I'm gonna, at the very least, I'm gonna make a draw. Um, by utilizing the fact that it's the wrong bishop corner. Okay, e6 I'm not crazy about. It feels like e6 was a bit... Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. But e6, I don't know, somehow that felt wrong to me. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Then here. Trying to get the queen to e5. Okay, I guess I need to take this one. Yeah. No, I just collapsed. Collapsed like a little idiot. Ugh. Okay, he was gonna checkmate me there. I thought I had this under control. Maybe rook... Yeah, maybe rook b2 here. Because h4 was a good move, because then he removes... He manages to remove one of the most important defenders of my king. And then my king just gets so exposed. And also I had plenty of opportunities to do something like here for instance I could have gone rook b4. And I could have played this endgame. Maybe here. I don't know how to evaluate this endgame. I mean, it's definitely better for white, but I guess it should be a draw. But it's gonna be such a long grind trying to make a draw. And I thought it was gonna be easier with the pieces on the board, but that was wrong. Also, maybe he could have just taken this one, because I thought I had this stuff going on. But frankly, I'm not threatening anything. Because I thought maybe queen h1 was checkmate, but he has king h3. So if he just goes here, bishop e8, starting to threaten queen f7, then I don't know what I'm doing. I think this is just winning for him. Yeah. That was strange. I guess... Yeah, I'm still a bit confused. Maybe I should go g6, knight b6, something like that. Because this position, I am confident I am better. But maybe I went with the pawn break a bit too soon. Why didn't you take the bishop with the rook? Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to. Ah, here, it's a check. I can't take the bishop because it's a check. Hi, Ghetto Porridge. How are you? Calixi asks, how do you think the chess.com rating is in comparison to a World Chess Federation rating? Will a player with a 1700 rating on Chess.com, well, yeah, so where would a 1700 on Chess.com stand? Um, I really have no idea. I would think that 1700 on chess.com, probably it's good enough for 1400 real world, something like that. Yeah, I have no idea why Penguin is playing this. This is just a colossal waste of everyone's time. The only reason I can imagine is that he was winning earlier and now he wants to get back the point he feels is owned. Yeah, I'm a bit kind of out of shape because I didn't really manage to prepare for the stream since it came as a bit of a surprise to me that they had changed the starting time for a third. For the third time, they changed the starting time. And they just ended up having it at the normal time, the same time as all the other ones. So I haven't had my tea. That's my excuse for doing poorly in the first couple of rounds. I haven't had my tea to get ready. Okay. Next up from the Ukraine, it's Chenrip with a National Master title. I really thought that National Masters only existed in the US. I have no idea what I'm doing if there's anyone thinking that I do. Guess let's take this one. I thought that there was supposed to be some kind of line where you could play e3 against the Albin, but I can't seem to figure it out. Yeah, I think at this I just have a bad position. With the white pieces after 5 moves, I'm just worse. That's pretty depressing. Will they show the Carlsen Corona match on public television in Norway? Asks Tactical. Yes, the state broadcaster NRK will be broadcasting the match, as they have done for the past couple of years. So televised chess in Norway, that is a thing. Believe it or not. I still have to pinch myself a couple of times. Yeah, I'm a pawn down. Absolutely no compensation. What are we going to do about that? Will you be doing commentaries? Asks Marius. It's not set in stone, but I believe so, yes. and I will be doing commentary with the VGTV people. Yeah, so I'm a pawn down for nothing. But on the other hand, the last game I played with the white pieces, I was a queen down for pretty much nothing. So I guess a pawn down is a bit of an improvement compared to that. Yeah, and Idiomentary is on the very much in following my logic, saying that if a queen down is a draw, then this pawn down must be a clear win. I like the way you think. I don't like my position, but I do like the way you think. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go here. Okay, bishop d4. It's a bit of a strange move, no? Maybe I should sacrifice my queen again. That would be pretty funny. Why not? Why not? If you're gonna do something, do it right. Okay, another queen down, people. Another queen down. Let's see how this guy reacts to that. It's the queen down stream of the century. I got myself a pin. I got myself some pieces in the center. I got some stuff going on. Okay, and my man just chooses to give back the queen immediately. Look at that. Look just at the respect. Hammer sacrifices the queen. Well, it must be good, he says. It must be good. I'm not gonna take that queen. I don't want any of Hammer's action. Takes, takes, here. He chickened out, says Groge. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Big time. He chickened out big time. That's what he did. Okay, we got ourselves some winning chances, people. Some winning chances coming up. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, I think this is the best I can do. Honestly, I don't really understand what's going on here. I'm pretty confused. Not sure that was a good move. Ooh, he's feeling it. He's pretty nervous right about now. I think I got this. The g5 move. Crucial, crucial move. Yeah, he saw that one. Yeah, he saw that one. Yeah, he had the f5 save. He had the f5 save. Yeah, maybe I should have gone king h4. I don't know. He saved himself with that f5 move. I feel like I was close to something there. You gotta study your rook ending, kids. Kids, you gotta study your rook endings. They're so important. Never stop studying your rook end games. Booyah! Hammer takes it home. Wow, that was a bit of a swindle. 1.5 out of 2 with the queens. 1.5 out of 2 with the queens. Rook a1 holds still. No, I think. Yeah, no, I think here king g7 I think is the decisive mistake. So rook a1 is a draw here. But after this king, then I give a check. He has to go back, because if king f7, then the check. So he has to go here, then I go king g6. And now he cannot get behind to give the checks because of f7. So he kind of has to stay here and just wait. And then when I get down here, he needs to stop me from going rook c8. And then rook c7, and this maneuver wins the game. You might as well give queen odds from the get-go, says Zernix. No, both games I needed about 8 points for it. So in the first game I had a rook and a pawn as well as attacking chances. And in this game I had 2 pieces. Yeah, actually 2 pieces, but down a pawn. But I had, my pieces were in the middle of the board, and he got nervous. He got nervous. definitely. Honestly, I'm not sure how this is. I kind of expected him to take. But then he's not better anymore. He might even be worse, but he's not better anymore. I kind of expected him to do that. Because it's a bit of an unpleasant situation. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to play Queen B8? It looks so ugly. And even here, I mean, after something like this, I'm going to have some decent attacking chances. The rook coming over here, he has doubled pawns. It's actually pretty unpleasant for him. I'm going to turn on the computer. I think that's something I can do, right? Yeah, computer analysis. No. Analyze on your own. Okay, I ruined my I ruined my board, but I'm just gonna quick check what the computer says. Okay, the computer says winning for black. Never mind then. Computer says queen knight to e5 is a good move. And I gotta agree, that's a good move. Preventing me from getting the doubled pawns and at the same time attacking my bishop. After g takes f6, king takes f6. Could you not play rook f8? Well, sure I could, but I'm not achieving anything, am I? So maybe here I should have gone king h4, because then this is winning. Because now if f5, then rook b7 is checkmate. But the thing is, if I go king h4, he goes rook a4, threatening checkmate. So then I have to go here anyhow, and then he comes from behind. So that's why I went to g4, and after rook b8, he has this saving move f5, and yeah. And the thing is that if I go something like king h4, I mean, at worst case, he can even just take this one, because now I don't have the mating threat, because he has opened up the f7 square for his king. "25 bits from Always Beast. Glad to be here again," he says. Thank you. I'm glad to have you, and thank you for the bits. You are always a good player and a good sport. Thank you. I'm not sure that's entirely true, but thank you. Yeah, so I'm actually on 2 points out of 4. I'm losing quite a bit of my gigantic blitz rating, but honestly, it was probably a bit too high to start with. Can't you play rook b7 here when he does take the a? I don't understand what you mean, Doug. And I gotta focus for my next game. Oh, I actually have 2.5 out of 5. No, 2.5. So I lost one game, but I won the first game. I guess this swindle in this game means that I'm actually ahead. Yeah, I have 2.5 out of 4. Okay, never mind that. I'm doing pretty well. Okay, so we're just gonna play the exchange game today. Well, every day. 2.5 out of 4, isn't it? Says the bear from Ukraine. Yes, you are absolutely correct. I messed up the numbers, but you got it under control. Ooh, and this guy doesn't want to exchange queens. So he leaves my queen in the center of the board and lets me just push on the king side. I'm not sure that was clever behavior. Let's develop this bishop. Not much going on. Let's put this pawn up as well. Okay, that I think was a mistake. Okay, I'm gonna go here. But he does have, no, he doesn't. Rook d1. Okay, but if you want my bishop to move, why didn't you just play f4? Actually, f4 would have been a very good move. I thought I was better, but now I'm not sure anymore. Let's go a4 so that I can take this one and then play a3. Now he's trying to double the rooks, so I'm gonna have to stop that. I really would like to play g5. But I don't really see how that's gonna happen. I'm a bit concerned about my king situation. I guess I'm just a little bit concerned overall. Okay, I think this is the move I'm gonna go for. But I'm starting to think I'm worse. And I don't really understand how that happened. How can I be worse from something as innocent as the position we saw just a couple of moves ago? These pawns look so disjointed, says Idiomentary. Yeah, I guess they do. It's just that my pawns are on white squares, so to some degree I'm happy about that. But on the other hand, because they are on light squares, it means that my opponent has such good control over the dark squares. And right now, that is a bigger concern than pretty much anything else. Okay, we'll insert this one. And then we're going to do this one. And then we're going to make a draw. He's going to take, and go rook c2. And then I'm going to go king d7. No, I can play for a win there. I can play for a win. Now, on the other hand, bit confused still. Yeah, it's just going to be a draw. Maybe I'm worse. Let's go here. You know what? I'm worse. It's a bit late to make that realization, but I'm worse. I wasn't worse just a couple of seconds ago, but now I am. Oh, this is so bad. Ugh. Okay, I still feel like I should defend this, but it has become a bit tricky. And I'm very low on time as well. You know, he can just give a check and play c7. I have no defense. Unbelievable. How did I lose that? Unreal. So I rook g8 and then g5. Then black is better. Yeah, so I was still better here. Just rook g8. But when I played b5, I weakened this c6 pawn. Which I understood, but I thought it was going to be fine. Until it wasn't. And then I kind of realized I was in trouble. Yeah, I realized way too late. Because even here, rook g8 is a pretty... No, here rook g8 is a bit more tricky, because now he gets his rook into the attack. Yeah, so here rook g8 is already a bit too late. So b5, I think, was a pretty significant mistake without me realizing soon enough. Ugh. You're too calm, says Clixie. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a tendency of that. I know that I always do horrendously in the title Tuesday, so I'm not as focused. But today there's also the added problem of, you know, starting the stream without feeling ready. I thought the tournament was supposed to start an hour later, and so I'm not feeling it the same way. Only tomorrow final counts, says Daddy Cool. You're absolutely right. Tomorrow is when it's on. And today is just the warm-up show. And another player who's going to be on tomorrow is Firouzja. And he just got himself another pawn. That was pretty unnecessary from the Indian player, giving Firouzja that pawn. But I guess it's gonna be fine anyway, because he can't win with... Oh, actually... Ah, the rook is trapped. Bishop... Yeah, King c4 was a bit of a mistake. He should have gone... Okay. Check, check. Ooh, there's a lot of checks. We're gonna be... Ooh, and he blunders the knight! Okay. I guess then we are going to make a draw. After all. Okay, so they made a draw and we got another game. A female international master with 3 points even though she only has a 2000 rating. Wow. Someone is having the tournament of a lifetime. Okay, are we gonna take this? No. We're just gonna play the good old Spanish main alliance. Ooh. For a moment there, I thought she was gonna play the open Spanish Mamedyarov style. But no. I really should have learned this opening though. Because I don't really know what's going on. Let's play a3. All the good players seem to be doing that in the Spanish these days. Okay, so we rerouted our knight to g3. That's a good start. From there it can go to f5. Potentially a nice square. Now after d5 we gotta make a big decision. Do we want to take this one and play for the f5 square? Or do we want to go e5 and put our faith in the pawn majority on the king's side? You know what? I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna take this one. Then I don't really want to do that. But I'm a bit afraid about c4 coming up. Okay, let's try this move, and then maybe knight f5 next. She can take on b3, but then I take back, and maybe I can put a rook on the c file and attack this c5 pawn. Okay, so she takes. We have a change in the pawn structure. I'm gonna follow up with knight f5 and bishop g5. She's gonna take on e1 and then play queen d5. This is interesting stuff. Now she's gonna take and then go queen takes here. No. Queen f5. Ooh, that's a nice double attack. I didn't see that move. Yeah, this is a problem. Ah, but I do have queen e4. It's not really the kind of move I want to make, but it's the move I have to do, because otherwise I'm just losing a pawn for no good reason. I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, I have some idea what's going on. I'm pretty sure I'm better with the potential threats towards the pawn on c5. Yeah, I think I'm better. And then I'm gonna give my king the square on f3. She goes f5. That might be very clever. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Hmm. Okay, and then I'm gonna go here, and then here, intending g4. And if she stops it, I'm gonna go rook e5. Let's take this guy. Then rook e5. And now, gotta be careful about these people. I was thinking about this, but then rook b8. So I guess I'm gonna have to go rook e2. Yeah, I'm just worse. I got myself outplayed. But I think I can make a draw. Maybe not. Okay, it's time to kick away this king. But I gotta do it the slow way. Because if I had gone h3 first, then h4 prevents me from ever chasing the king away. So g3. Yeah, and then g4. This really shows how tea is a performance enhancing drug. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit. Yeah, I'm not feeling great. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna stop her from playing rook e1. But now she's gonna take and play h5. Or no, she's just gonna put me in a zugzwang. I should have played a4. I should have played a4. And now it's just unclear consequences as far as I can tell. Okay, so now she kind of let my king out of the cage. So I'm not sure she was right to do that. Because now it's going to get real interesting real soon. Ah, but the switchback! The switchback, that's brilliant. Ah, the switchback. But is this winning? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm. Oh. Yeah, that was clever. I took on h5 too soon. I didn't realize that taking on h5 was such a problem. Maybe. I feel like I had things under control. I feel like I had things under control, but then the switchback really turned things around. Yeah, because if I go king d4 first, and then if takes, then I take, then probably I'm doing just fine. But the thing is that because I took first, then she ignores the pawn on h3 and goes back here. Because now this pawn ending with rook c2 is winning, whereas in this position, if rook c2, this is just equal. Or is it? Takes, takes, takes. Yeah, no, it does make sense. This pawn ending was winning for her regardless. Okay, so she could have just gone rook c1 here, because the pawn ending was winning. Plaster Hippie is visiting us, saying that the strongest internet arena, that's on Lichess. Okay, I'm sorry to have offended you. If you think having 4 grandmasters participating in 1-minute chess is better than having 50 grandmasters participating in blitz chess, you are welcome to keep having that opinion. But I stand by my title. 3.5, 2.5. How is this possible? Asks Muniz. Well, I think it's because I'm the highest rated player on 2.5, and sometimes the number of players on 3 will be an odd number. So you have people on 3 and above being an odd number, then someone has to play down. So the way that chess tournament systems are done is that the lowest rated player on a point score plays down to the highest rated player on the point score below. So that's why I played Macalexa. Let's take a look at the games still going on. Once again, it's Penguin in a long endgame, trying to flag people, I guess. Wow, he gets these endgames time after time after time, huh? Okay, it's an interesting fight, but it's gonna be a draw. They played for 50 moves with Knight and Bishop, and now they're gonna play for another 50 moves with Bishop against Rook. And honestly, I can't really say too much because I did this exact same thing once. I once needed a win for my grandmaster title, and I played on in one of these endgames for so long, until there was not a chance left. Apparently, someone's saying that Penguin had a mate at move 105. Ooh, he got a chance. He did get a chance. Wow. This is why you play on, right? Because there is a chance your opponent makes a mistake. And in this position, you could have gone rook h7 check, followed by rook e7, threatening rook e8 checkmate, as well as rook takes e6. Wow, so he did get a chance in that endgame. Okay, but it was a draw in the end. Another female opponent, this time it's Saga from India. I guess I'm gonna try this today. Get the isolated queen's pawn position. So knight f3 is normal, and then bishop d6, d4. That's the main line of this opening. Okay, she goes g3 instead. I guess we're just gonna develop our pieces. See what happens. Ooh, I gotta watch out for d4 again. So let's play rook e8. Then go a4. Just push this guy. Let's put this knight on g6, Spanish style. Maybe I want to put my bishop on f8 instead. Maybe I can take on e4. I really never understand when you want to do that and when you don't. But also another option is trying to get this knight to d4. That's a pretty good plan. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna take this, and then I'm gonna go b6. I think, giving myself some options of bishop a6. Nonetheless, maybe I want to go knight d4 as soon as possible. Because now knight f5, knight d4 takes, and I can take with the e pawn. Okay, but she gets a pretty good center. Okay, c3 I was really hoping for because this massively weakens these two squares. And now, first of all, I'm gonna get this bishop attacking, but I also have the option of the cut back. Yeah, but then she has knight, bishop. If I can get the queens off, the weaknesses, the light square weaknesses on the queen side will be pretty um, intense. So her best hope is trying to get the keep the queens on the board and get some kind of attack going on. I just blundered knight h6 check. I guess maybe I should be on the lookout for that. Knight h6. Okay, I'm gonna protect against knight h6 just in case it's any good. If bishop f1, well, I don't think she really gets that much out of exchanging light squared bishops. I don't really want to give her my dark squared bishop, but on the other hand, if that means I can get the exchange of queens I'm looking for, then I'm willing to make some concessions. Okay, so she's focusing on her side of the board. I'm going to focus on this other side of the board. And then we're going to see who, at the end of the day, is the happier of the two of us. So I'm just going to keep taking pawns. Okay, she took my rook, but she took it because I let her, thinking that the light squared weaknesses are going to be pretty significant. However, I just realized that I kind of blundered my pawn. So she could have gone rook c1 and just taken this guy, which she should have done. Now, on the other hand, okay, I'll take back with the h-pawn. I wanted to take with the f-pawn, but then I didn't really have a good way of protecting the knight afterwards. Well, I did. I could have just gone here. Okay, I may have misplayed a bit. That's normal. Like normal, but what are you gonna do? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna give up a pawn for the sole purpose of getting the queens exchanged. And then I'm just gonna create havoc with my pieces. And especially my light squared bishop is really, really good. But I got some other good guys assisting as well. The knight on d3, pretty monstrous. This dark squared bishop is going to do some damage as well. All in all, every single one of my pieces are so good. Yeah. No, I'm an exchange down, but I have a winning position. I'm pretty confident. Pretty sure I'm winning. Knight c5. Took me a moment, but when I found it, it was clearly the move. Two pawns and just the most badass bishop pair I have seen since my first game of this tournament. Okay. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, kind of blundered rook e7 check. And by kind of, I mean I definitely blundered that. Oof. This is becoming a bit closer than what I was anticipating. But that's a pretty devastating pawn. Very difficult to stop. However, I did allow her to stop it. Unbelievable. I let her get on the other side and stop that pawn. Wow, that is so bad. I have no idea what's going on. I'm very confused right now. Are we gonna get a demonstration of some endgame thingies? I think we are. Okay, 14 seconds to give checkmate with knight and bishop. Plenty of time. Where's the W? Here's the W. Here we go. I'm getting here. How do I do this? There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. This isn't looking like something pretty normal. And the waiting move and the checkmate. I can't believe I see this live, says Idiomentry. Yeah, that's how it's done. That's how it's done. Maybe a bit clumsy at the beginning, but from yeah, from about here, then I had it under control. Well done, says Skelvran. Thank you. I actually had some observers in the chat, the on chess.com as well, amongst others, chessically inclined, right? This is actually instructive, unlike a lot of the other endgames. And a lot of other people go, nice, oh my god, I've wanted to see this forever. So it's nice to get one of those classic endgames, the knight and bishop against the king. Get to complete that on the stream. I've seen grandmasters not converting these, says Maiden 3. I actually, once I had the king, and it was so obvious to me that my opponent had no idea what he was doing. And so I started getting optimistic. I started thinking that I might save this because my opponent was clearly clueless. And then he checkmated me in like move 45 before the 50 move rule. So that was disappointing. So how many moves did I spend? From the moment we got into the end game. So we got into the end game at move 75. So I spent 23 moves to checkmate. That's pretty decent. It's well below the 50, after which your opponent may claim a draw. Okay, I think there's still one game going on. Ooh, and it's a queen endgame, and it's going to be a stalemate. A sweet little stalemate ending there. The black king having nowhere to go, so he forces white to remove his queen. Okay, another 2000 rated opponent. What is going on today? So yet another time I am paired against someone who has more points than me. Guess I'm gonna take this. How do you claim a draw at chess.com? Asks Clixy. You can claim a draw by just clicking the draw button. So normally clicking the draw button will offer a draw. But on chess.com, if the position is a draw by 3 times repetition or something like that, it also works as claiming a draw. It's the same on basically every chess server. Nothing new under the sun. Okay, my last 2000 rated opponent played like a 2700 at the minimum, but this guy is not playing like a 2700. This guy is playing like a 2000 rated guy. I have gotten the bishop pair, pretty happy about that. It's a good start to any game. Okay, I'm gonna go queen c1 to make sure there's no funky e5 business while my queen is on the same rank as my opponent's rook. Also clears out the possibility for placing my own rook on the d file. A4, A5. That makes me want to go queen c5. I'm toying with the idea of playing knight e5. Actually, I probably should have done this move, because now my queen has left the rook kind of undefended on d1. So if I want to go knight e5 now, it's going to cost me 2 rooks for a queen. Yeah. Okay, I don't think I executed this very well. Maybe that move wasn't necessary as well. You know what? I'm just going to go back with my queen and then play knight e5. Knight e5 coming up in a big way, because he just removed both of the pieces that were protecting against that. And I'm going to win the pawn on b7. And then I'm going to protect against rook d2. And then I might sacrifice my queen again. Nah, it's unnecessary. But this pawn is basically just queening, I think. I don't see how he can stop this. Zernig says that the former women's world champion, Anna Ushenina, failed to convert the knight and bishop. And actually also in kind of the world blitz tournaments, world blitz championship, I've seen people get it and being unable to win it as well. So there definitely is a history of people not managing to win it. But honestly, everyone who doesn't manage should be very ashamed of themselves. This they should have. They really should know how to do that. Yeah, so I'm gonna win this game. And I might go get myself some tea. Actually, I blundered. Wow, I mean, wow. Actually, I made this so much more complicated than it needed to be. But it's checkmate in the end. Okay, I think there's one more round. No, there's two more rounds. I'm doing horrendously, so I'm not even gonna check the standings. Four and a. How many points do I have? 3.5? No, I'm on 4.5 out of 8. So I'm doing pretty poorly. Creekor, my opponent tomorrow, has 4 out of 7, but he hasn't lost all of his rating. So I lost like 50 rating points today, but Creekor already he held on to his very high blitz rating. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm actually gonna go try get myself some tea, cause I'm just my head isn't really working. Don't be mischievous while I'm away. I got a carrot as well. Should make everything better. Okay, I guess we're gonna look at some of the top guys. This is Anavel. I have no idea who that is. It's gonna be a draw. Wait, what? King G7? That was so unnecessary. But it's still gonna be a draw. Although Andrejkin has actually declined a draw. You're not gonna win this, my friend. Okay, let's see. Any other ongoing games? Oh, Creekor is still playing. No, he just finished. So this is the final game, and Black is going to win without much of a hassle. Could have gone just Queen D8, Queen B8. But no, we're going to do the checkmate, the king. You should go Queen C6, though. Queen C6, yeah. And Black is going to win the game. So, in the lead, we have a Vietnamese international master. And then we have another international master in second place. And an international master in fourth place as well. Unbelievable. So many IMs competing with the top tier grandmasters. Because, I mean, among the grandmasters we have is Andrejkin, We have I guess there's not too many. Adriasian only has 5.5 out of 8. Hansen, yeah, it's actually not as strong today as it usually is. There's a ton of 2600 grandmasters, but not. Um, Only Andreikin is among the very top tier in the world. I'm not sure why my game is not starting. Maybe there's someone still playing. Kimster is playing Timator. And they're playing Rook and Knight against... No, Rook against Knight. And honestly, that is the most boring thing ever. It's just so easy. You cannot mess it up. Whatever you do, you pretty much cannot mess it up. And they have been playing this for quite some time. Huh. That's interesting. He really should have been able to win this with the white pieces. Like f5 here should have been winning very easily. Okay, black has gotten himself into trouble. And I don't understand how that's possible, because his king was on f5 last time I checked. But apparently he has voluntarily gone into the corner with the king. And still a draw. Still a draw. Nothing going on. You have one move that doesn't lose. So then you make that move. And then you go back. And then you go back again. No, actually, yeah, because now king f6. Ah, king f6, knight d5. Ah, he just placed his rook on a silly square. Yeah, so now he's gonna go rook a6 because now he wants to go king f6. However, yeah, nothing is happening. They're just changing the. They're just rotating the board. I'm gonna go get my tea while these guys finish up this. Okay, they're still going at it. Oh, whoops. Still going at it. So how many more moves until they can claim? They already can claim. Whenever someone presses the draw button, it's gonna be a draw. Doesn't he just win if he pins the knight on the h-file? Well, it depends on where his king is. So, in this position we had, then if he goes, yeah, okay, it's a draw. The short answer is it depends on where the white king is, and the white king was not in the right place. Okay, a London system. Someone in chat was requesting a London system. Here you have it. Although it's me on the black side. Maybe I can play a London with white in the last round. I'm so tired of people playing this against me. I'm just gonna do bishop d7 to stop it. Hammer, what state do you live in? I live in the state of Norway. The state of... yeah. Okay, so this guy has absolutely no ambitions in life. He's just trying to exchange off every single piece. And frankly, I'm not sure how I'm gonna stop him. Okay. I guess that's one way. Is Norway in the south? Yeah, you know, where... Norway was actually a part of the slave trade. I'm trying to remember the history books. That slaves were brought over from Africa to the West Indies, and then somehow Norway was involved. Denmark actually has a colony of some sort in the West Indies. Well, probably not anymore, but at some point they had colony in the West Indies. There was something we had about sugar going somewhere, and then Norway participated, or Denmark. It's always the Danes' fault. They owned us for quite some time, so where the Norwegians are just an innocent people. Okay, so that was a bit of a weird game. It looked like he was trying to exchange everything, and then a mouse slip ruined his plan. I'm gonna see if we can check out Krikor, because he is my opponent tomorrow, so we should keep an eye out on what he's doing. But I cannot seem to find his game. Observe Krikor. Follow Krikor. Okay. He's playing a Swede, and a very young Swede, judging from that picture. Krikor with the inferior pawn structure. Yeah, this just looks like a good position for black. In my opinion, I would just play Queen c6. I have no idea why he played King h8. I mean, if anything, that's just going to hurt you. If some kind of queen can get into h7, you're just making it a bigger disaster with your king on h8. Okay, so Queen c6 is played, c4. I guess now Rook d4. Then you have some point of having played King h8, because now there's no Bishop h7 discovered attack and check. I really don't like this bishop c8. I have no idea what the plan is with that move. And now he's just allowing queen e4? I mean, the last two moves is basically feels like a match-fixing scheme in which the queen e4 plan never had any significance, seeing as how there were two pieces pointed so strongly towards this square. And in first this unbelievable move, bishop c8, I have no explanation for that. And then you follow it up by moving away your queen and having to resign. But I mean, at the very least, you should sacrifice the rook for the bishop and keep fighting. Because I mean, black's pawn structure is so solid that he could easily fight on here with an exchange down, in my opinion. I mean, I have made 1.5 points today from giving away my queen. You would think that black can fight on with an exchange down. Let's see. So I guess we're gonna find a new game to observe. Maybe we can watch some good chess. Andreykin should give us some good chess. But the server is acting out on me a little bit. It's not letting me watch the. Okay, let's see. Add as friend. Follow. Yes. Okay, this looks interesting. Andreykin with the black pieces. He's in trouble. He's a pawn down. There's a knight endgame. Ooh, king d5. That's a good move. Stopping the white pawn from ever doing anything nasty. Thank you for the 100 bits, Morphe's red-headed sheepdog. Okay, so I think Andreykin has this under control. He's gonna play a5 on the next move. Ooh, Andreykin is going for the win. He's going for the win. Very interesting. He's not just exchanging everything to a drawn endgame. He's actually going for the win, keeping his a-pawn on the board. And now, what happens on king takes b4? No, didn't go for it. Now he went for it. Check. Can you play a5? Check again. Can he play a5? Oh, he goes for it. A5. No. King. What? King d4? Really? No, that's not gonna work. Ooh, the pawn is on. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a draw. But I think king e5. King e5 here, as much as anything, is the simpler way to secure the draw. Just get your king into the game, dude. King e4 and then knight d3. It feels like the Indian lad made that a lot more complicated than it needed to be. Knight d3, come on. And then knight c1. Easy draw. Okay, same thing. And now king d5. King d5. No? Well, this is fine as well. This is fine as well. And there goes the pawn, and with it, it's a draw. Let's see, can we find some other interesting games? Elyanov. Ah, here we have another world-class player. In addition to Andreikin, we have Pavel Elyanov playing. And he seems to be winning. And this is the Bulgarian guy I think I lost to. I think I lost to this guy, but Elyanov takes him down with the 2 rooks against the queen. Or is he? That was not a good move. Yeah, that was not a good move. Very bad move. Rook f4, because he needed that square for the king. So rook f4 was not a great move. Because then his king didn't have the escape. And now he lost the pawn up. And then it becomes so much more difficult. Because not only is that pawn important, but it's also about how that pawn can protect the white king. So now you have a bit less protection. And now h5, going for the trade. Yeah, it's just going to be a draw. He's going to take on f7, and they're going to make a draw. Okay, that's a bit disappointing. Elyanov should have had that. Let's move on. Only one game remaining, and it's a rook and bishop. Rook and bishop endgame. I didn't really understand that bishop b1 move. But here you go. No? I mean, for this to get even interesting, you really need to get a hold of the pawn. Ah, but there the king comes to f3. So that's good progress for Korchmar. And now bishop e4, and he's going to take the pawn on f4. So at this point, if I was Ahmad, then I would probably just give away my remaining a pawn, because there's really no chance of you holding on to that for very long. And it's more important not to get checkmated. What are you doing? You're getting yourself checkmated. No. Wow. Yeah, he should have should have stopped caring about this a pawn, and instead now he's gonna. Is this a draw? I don't think so. I think this is just a losing. Yeah, no, that's a good move. Very good move. Yeah, now it's just over. And checkmate on a8. Calixi asks, where do you watch chess tournaments normally with good commentary? Well, I guess since we're on a Twitch stream, we could recommend Twitch. There's quite a bit of people out there doing coverage of top events. For Beal, I know that the Chess Bros were doing coverage, so that's an option. The London system. I want some credit. I hope the guy requesting the London system is still here, because I just did it. The London, says Bertrich. Yeah. We tried to keep the viewers happy. Marius says, my girlfriend says Hammer feels like family since she hears his voice every day. Yeah, I can't help you out with that. That seems like something you need to sort out for yourself. So I think I'm quite a bit better here. I'm liking my position. Okay, I'm a bit scared of b5 coming. I'm just ever so slightly afraid of that. I'm gonna go here. C4 fake London, says Gussian Eliminator. Yeah, I thought I should give it my own twist, you know? Yeah, I did not play this the best way. He played very strangely with bishop f5, and I should have tried to punish that. And when I didn't try to punish that, he got to do whatever he wanted pretty much. Okay, now we're gonna double on the C file. Then maybe queen a3 if we feel like being a bit funky, giving ourselves the doubled rank pawns, which did work out. I mean, I was playing the female international master earlier, and she completely outplayed me in a situation like that. So I'm gonna give it a go. Why not? If it worked for her, why shouldn't it work for me? That's the logic I'm gonna be following. And we got him thinking. Yeah, that was just poor. Yeah. Not my greatest hour moment. Also, I could have just played. Yeah, I could have played. Now I need to concentrate actually because I messed up 4 times in a row now. Knight g5 is actually pretty annoying. Okay, but this move, then I have g5. Should be okay. I thought I could take this one, maybe. Take, take, take. Ah, looks good enough. We're not gonna bother calculating this throughout eternity. We're just gonna go for it. Give the good old Catalan a try, asks Marius. Well, actually, this is the last game of the tournament. So I don't think that's gonna happen. This is the final game. I lost all of my rating. I think I dropped like 50 points. Um, but I guess that stuff like that happens. Okay, so we're gonna take this and then this. And actually, if he had taken this pawn, it would have been a draw. Wow. Okay, so this should be quite a bit better for me. Um, but it's not a done deal. I guess let's go here and here. Get the king a bit higher up the board. Huh. G4 was a mistake, I think. Maybe I should have just stayed with G3, because then everything would have been protecting each other. And also I would have had the G4 square for the king. Yeah. No, that was silly. Silly, silly, silly. Okay. Okay. We got the win at least, but okay, there we go. This tournament is so hard, says Tin Khan. Yeah, tell me about it. I struggle every single month. Let's actually catch the ending of Eric Hansen against Krikor. Very interesting. Both with just 4 seconds left on the clock. Eric is definitely pushing, and just as I said that, Eric got the checkmate. So never mind pushing, he just got the checkmate in the middle of the board with the bishops. So let's have some respect for those bishops. They have been astonishing today, doing some real good trickery. Okay, that's it from me. Everyone, I hope you're back tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. also time. That is 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be playing the knockout stages of the Arena Kings tournament. I'm going to be playing the last of 16 against Krikor from Brazil. It's going to be a very closely contested match. If I win that, I'm going to be playing the winner of Hess and Trent. So I would say that regardless of whether Krikor or I win our match, the winner of our match will be the favorite against the winner of the other match. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to be playing better than today. That's a promise. And I hope to see you back then. As always, in my chat, you can now see the link to my schedule. Do keep checking that for my upcoming streams. And that's it from me. Thanks for today, and goodbye, everyone.